the Hydra. This name sends shivers down our spines. It makes us think of a creature with many heads, each one fierce and deadly. But where did this monstrous idea come from? The Hydra is a creature of myth. It comes to us from ancient Greece. The Greeks told stories about heroes and monsters. The Hydra was one of the most terrifying.
In these myths, the Hydra was more than just a big beast. It was a creature of chaos. It represented danger and destruction. The stories say it lived in a swamp near Lerna, a town in ancient Greece. This wasn't just any swamp, it was a gateway to the underworld, a place of darkness and fear. The Hydra guarded this gateway, making it even more terrifying.
The most famous story of the Hydra is its battle with Hercules. Hercules was a demigod, a son of Zeus. He was tasked with defeating the Hydra as one of his 12 labors. The Hydra was a fearsome opponent. Every time Hercules cut off one of its heads, 2 more would grow back. The Hydra's story, passed down through generations, continues to fascinate and frighten us. It remains a symbol of the untamed forces of nature and the challenges we face.
The Hydra might be a myth, but that hasn't stopped people from claiming to see it. Stories about the Hydra go back centuries. Sailors would tell tales of a multi-headed sea serpent that attacked ships. Some say the Hydra was responsible for shipwrecks and disappearances at sea.
While the ancient Greeks placed the Hydra in a swamp, later stories put it in the sea. This change made the Hydra even more terrifying. The ocean is vast and mysterious. We still haven't explored all of it. This leaves room for creatures like the Hydra to exist in our imaginations.
Even today, some people claim to have seen the Hydra. These modern sightings often happen in lakes or oceans. People report seeing a long, serpentine creature with multiple heads. Are these sightings real, or are they tricks of the light or misidentified animals? Without solid evidence, the Hydra remains a creature of myth and legend. Yet, the human imagination continues to be captivated by the idea of this monstrous creature lurking in the depths.
Legends about the Hydra never agree on its home. The most common story places the Hydra in the swamps of Lerna. This area was thought to be an entrance to the underworld. The Hydra, with its venomous breath and regenerative powers, made a fearsome guardian.
Other stories place the Hydra in the ocean. This vast, unexplored territory is the perfect hiding spot for a creature of myth. Some tales even say the Hydra lived in underwater caves. These caves, dark and dangerous, would protect the Hydra from its enemies. Whether in swamps, oceans, or underwater caves, the Hydra's supposed habitats are always places of mystery and danger. These locations add to the Hydra's mystique and make it even more terrifying.
The Hydra is the stuff of nightmares. It is a monstrous serpent with multiple heads. Each head is said to have sharp fangs and glowing red eyes. The Hydra's scales are said to be impenetrable, making it nearly impossible to kill.
The Hydra's most terrifying feature is its regenerative ability. Cut off one head and 2 more grow back in its place. This makes the Hydra nearly impossible to defeat. Imagine facing a creature that only gets stronger the more you fight it.
Adding to its fear factor, the Hydra is said to have poisonous breath. One whiff of this breath could kill a man instantly. The Hydra is a creature of chaos and destruction, feared by all who cross its path. Section 5. Titanic strength, the Hydra's might and fury. The Hydra's size and strength are the stuff of legends. Some stories say it was as large as a mountain, with heads that could reach the clouds. Its serpentine body, covered in impenetrable scales, could crush ships with ease. The Hydra's multiple heads could attack from different directions. This made it a formidable opponent in battle. It could use its massive tail to create tidal waves, capsizing ships and dragging sailors to their doom. The Hydra's strength was not its only weapon. Its venomous breath and regenerative abilities made it nearly invincible. The Hydra was a force of nature, capable of unleashing unimaginable destruction. Section 6. Awaken the Beast. What provokes the Hydra's wrath? The Hydra was not a creature that attacked without reason. It was said to be fiercely territorial. Anything that entered its domain risked its wrath. Ships sailing too close to its lair, or creatures venturing into its swamp, were in danger. The Hydra was also attracted to movement and noise. The commotion of a passing ship or the cries of a frightened animal could awaken it from its slumber. Once disturbed, the Hydra would attack, with terrifying speed and ferocity. Some legends claim that the Hydra was drawn to the scent of blood. A wounded animal or a ship carrying livestock would be especially vulnerable to its attack. Whatever the reason, the Hydra was a creature to be avoided at all costs.
The Hydra was drawn to noise and movement, they say. A passing ship or a frightened animal could stir it from its rest, and once it woke, well, it was a sight to behold. Fast and ferocious, it would attack without hesitation. Some even say the scent of blood would bring it out, making any ship carrying livestock particularly vulnerable. In any case, the Hydra was something best avoided.
Section 7. A menu of mayhem, the Hydra's voracious appetite. The Hydra was a creature of immense size and power, and it had an appetite to match. Legends say it fed on large animals, dragging them into its watery lair to devour them whole. Cattle, horses, and even bears were said to be on its menu. Some stories claim that the Hydra had a taste for human flesh. Sailors who dared to venture too close to its lair were said to become its next meal. The Hydra's reign of terror was fueled by its insatiable hunger.
The Hydra's diet speaks to its primal nature. It was a creature driven by instinct, a force of nature that consumed everything in its path. Its legend reminds us of the raw power of the natural world and the dangers that lurk in the shadows.
The Hydra, a creature of myth, continues to teach us about ourselves and the world around us. It reminds us to respect the power of nature and to tread carefully in the face of the unknown. Section 8. Conclusion. The Hydra through the ages. The Hydra, a creature of many heads and endless fascination. Is it real? Probably not, but its story continues to capture our imaginations. From ancient myths to modern-day sightings, the Hydra continues to be a source of both fear and wonder. The Hydra embodies our fears of the unknown. It lurks in the darkest corners of our minds, a reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human life. Perhaps that is why its story has endured for so long. The Hydra, a creature of myth, continues to teach us about ourselves and the world around us. It reminds us to respect the power of nature and to tread carefully in the face of the unknown. The Hydra may not be real, but its lessons are timeless.